Hi, I'm Maya. I'm that mom who never misses her kids' games, even when it means being late to other things, including my family's sacred annual picnic tradition at Golden Lake Park. Zach, honey, grab your water bottle. We're already running late. I called out as my 8-year-old son bounded into the kitchen, still buzzing with excitement from scoring the winning goal. Did you see me kick it, Mom? Right past the goalie. Zach pumped his fist in the air, his soccer uniform still grass-stained at the knees. We all saw it, champion, Tom said, ruffling our son's hair. My husband winked at me as he grabbed the cooler. Your grandparents are going to be so proud when you tell them. I checked my phone. 3 missed calls from my mother. Great. When we finally pulled into Golden Lake Park, I spotted my parents' red SUV and my sister's minivan already parked under the maple trees. The picnic area was decorated with the same blue checkered tablecloths Mom insisted on using every year. There they are, Dad called out, waving from the grill. My father, Gerald, was wearing his Kiss the Cook apron, spatula in hand. My mother, Patricia, was arranging plates while my sister Emma's 3 kids ran around the playground. Emma sat at the picnic table, scrolling through her phone. You're late, Mom said instead of hello, giving me that look that still made me feel like a disappointing teenager. Zach had a soccer game. He scored the winning goal. Well, we couldn't wait forever to start cooking, Dad said, flipping burgers. Grandpa, Grandma! Zach rushed over, soccer medals still hanging around his neck. I scored the winning goal today. That's nice, sweetheart. Mom patted his head absently. Go play with your cousins. Food's almost ready. 20 minutes later, Dad announced the food was done. My mother began filling plates. Adults first, then Emma's kids. Can I have a burger, Grandma? I'm super hungry from my game, Zach asked, pointing to the platter. The adults need to eat first, and then Emma's children since they've been waiting longer. You can have what's left over. I felt my face flush hot. Mom, Zach hasn't eaten since breakfast. He just played a full soccer game. Well, you should have fed him before you came, or been on time. Emma's kids have been waiting patiently. Yeah, Maya, we've been here for over an hour, Emma chimed in, not looking up from her phone. Tom squeezed my hand under the table as I watched my nephew Tyler get the biggest burger while Zach stood there, metal dangling from his neck, shifting from foot to foot. It's okay, Mom, Zach whispered, trying to be brave. I can wait. I wanted to flip the entire table. I wanted to scream that my son, their grandson, deserved the same treatment as his cousins. But instead, I silently seethed, calculating just how many of these family gatherings I'd endured where Zach and I were treated as second-class members. Here, I said quietly, sliding my untouched plate toward Zach. Take mine. But what will you eat? Zach's eyes were wide with concern. I'll wait for leftovers, I said, loud enough for my parents to hear, but they were already laughing at something Emma had said. That's when I knew. Something had to change. The drive home from the picnic was quiet. Zach fell asleep in the back seat, still wearing his soccer medal. Tom reached over and squeezed my hand. You gave him your food. That was the 3rd time this year they've pulled something like this. I know. Remember Zach's birthday? They showed up 2 hours late because Emma's daughter had a dance recital? And Christmas when they gave Emma's kids tablets while Zach got socks? I stared out the window. I've had enough, Tom. I really have. The next morning, I called my parents while Zach was at school. I paced around the kitchen as the phone rang. Hello, dear. Recovered from yesterday? Actually, Mom, that's why I'm calling. I didn't appreciate how you treated Zach yesterday. Oh, don't be so dramatic. The boy needed to learn patience. He'd just played a soccer game. He was hungry. You gave food to everyone else first. Well, if you'd been on time, this isn't about being late. This is about how you always favor Emma's kids. My father's voice suddenly came through. Your mother put you on speaker. Listen, Maya, you've always been too sensitive. Emma's kids are younger. They need more attention. Zach is 8, Dad. Emma's youngest is 7. Don't you raise your voice at me, young lady. I'm 34, not 14, and this isn't the first time. If you're going to be ungrateful about family gatherings, maybe you shouldn't come to the next one. The line went dead. I stared at my phone in disbelief. Later that day, my cousin Lena texted me. Heard what happened at the picnic. You okay? We met for coffee the next afternoon. They've always been like this, Lena said, stirring her latte. Remember your high school graduation? They left early to attend Emma's dance competition. And my college graduation, they skipped entirely because Emma had mono. Remember last Thanksgiving, when Aunt Patricia made that comment about Zach's reading? I winced at the memory. She said he wasn't as academically gifted as Emma's kids, even though Zach's teacher told you he's reading 2 grades above level. They just don't see it, or don't want to. Lena pulled out her phone. Check this out. She showed me Mom's Facebook page. There were photos of a family dinner at an expensive restaurant from just last weekend. Emma and her family were there. We weren't invited. There's more, Lena scrolled through. Easter brunch, the zoo trip last month, Emma's kids' piano recital. My stomach tightened. They told me they were busy those weekends. I'm sorry, Maya. I thought you knew. I scrolled through more posts. Comments about their favorite grandchildren, birthday celebrations we'd never heard about. That night, I couldn't sleep. Tom found me on the couch at 2 a.m. scrolling through venue websites. What are you doing? Did you know Golden Lake Park requires reservations for their picnic areas? Especially that prime spot by the lake Dad always gets? Maya. I checked. They reserve it every year 6 months in advance. For next year's picnic, reservations open next week. Tom sat beside me. What are you thinking? I'm thinking it's time they learned how it feels to be excluded. You're going to book the venue before they can? I nodded slowly. That's just the start. Next year's family picnic is going to be very different. You know I support you completely, right? I know. That's why I love you. The next day, I called Golden Lake Park's reservation office. Yes, I'd like to inquire about reserving the lakeside picnic area for next July. That's our most popular spot. Reservations open next Monday at 9 a.m. sharp. They usually fill within minutes. I marked my calendar. I'll be ready. Monday morning, I sat at my kitchen table with my laptop, 2 phones, and a large coffee. 8:58 a.m. 2 minutes until the reservation system opened. Good luck, babe. Tom kissed my cheek as he headed out the door with Zach for school drop-off. At exactly 9 o'clock, I clicked Reserve Now. 5 minutes later, I had confirmation. The lakeside picnic area at Golden Lake Park was mine for July 15th next year. I did a little victory dance around the kitchen. Then my phone rang. Lena. Did you get it? Just confirmed. But get this. I called the park office to verify, and my parents haven't even attempted to book it yet. They're probably assuming no one would dare take their spot. Well, surprise. I laughed. Phase 1 complete. A month passed with minimal contact with my parents. When Mom called about Thanksgiving plans, I kept it brief. We'll be there at 2. Can I bring anything besides pie? No, just yourselves. And try to be on time, unlike the picnic. I bit my tongue. We'll do our best. Thanksgiving was tense but manageable. I noticed how Emma's kids got served first, got the drumsticks, got the biggest slices of pie. Zach noticed too, shooting me a knowing look. It's okay, Mom, he whispered. I know what's happening next summer. December arrived, and with it, the annual Christmas gathering at my parents' house. Tom and I arrived exactly on time, armed with carefully selected gifts and practiced smiles. During dinner, Dad clinked his glass. Everyone, mark your calendars for July 15th next year. Our annual family picnic at Golden Lake. I nearly choked on my water. Tom squeezed my knee under the table. Can't wait, I managed. After dessert, I cornered Uncle Rick in the hallway. Hey, I'm actually hosting a special event on July 15th next year. I'd love for you, Aunt Sarah, and the kids to come. But isn't that the family picnic? This is an alternative gathering. Same day, same place, actually. I'll explain more later, but I'd really appreciate if you kept this between us for now. He looked confused, but nodded. Sure, Maya. Count us in, I guess. I cornered 3 more sets of relatives before the night ended. The next day, I called Lena. I need your help spreading the word. I want everyone except my parents and Emma's family to know about my picnic. Operation Family Revenge is a go. I'll start with Aunt Judy and Uncle Paul. Perfect. And I'm going all out. Catering from that barbecue place everyone loves, games for the kids, live music. You're not messing around. They've been doing this for years, Lena, making Zach feel less than, excluding us from family events. It stops now. Over the next few months, I booked a top-tier catering service, ordered custom t-shirts for everyone reading Maya's Family Picnic 2023, and even hired a local band. Lena reported back regularly. Cousin Jeff is in, so are Uncle Mike and his crew. What about Grandma Louise? She said, and I quote, Patricia and Gerald have been playing favorites for years. It's about time someone taught them a lesson. By June, my guest list included 28 family members. Everyone except my parents, Emma, and her husband and kids. What if they find out beforehand? Tom asked one night. They won't. Everyone's sworn to secrecy. Besides, Mom and Dad never check with the park. They just assume their standing reservation carries over. And when they show up? I smiled. That's when the real fun begins. July 15th arrived with perfect weather. By noon, our picnic was in full swing. Catering, live music, and happy family members everywhere. This is amazing, Maya, Uncle Rick said, plate piled high. Zach ran up with his face painted. Mom, Grandma Louise said I can have seconds of anything. Of course you can, buddy. No waiting for leftovers here. Tom nudged me. Heads up, they're here. I watched my parents' SUV pull in, with Emma's minivan behind. They froze halfway to our area, taking in our gathering with the Maya's Family Picnic banner. Dad marched over, fuming. What is this? This is our spot. Actually, it's my spot. I reserved it 9 months ago. That's impossible, Mom snapped. We always have this spot. Check with the park office if you don't believe me. Emma joined us. Why wasn't I told about this? Why wasn't I told about Easter brunch? Or the zoo trip? Or the dinner at Giovanni's? Mom's face paled. Those were just small gatherings. Save it. I've seen all the Facebook posts, all the favorite grandchildren comments. Cousin Lena stepped forward. We've all seen how you treat Maya and Zach. Remember last year's picnic? Uncle Mike added. When you made that poor kid wait for leftovers? Emma looked stunned. Wait, you made Zach wait for leftovers? They sure did, Tom confirmed. Not the first time either. I had no idea they were excluding you, Emma said, genuinely shocked. This is ridiculous, Dad blustered. We've always treated both daughters equally. Actually, Gerald, Aunt Judy cut in, you haven't. We've all seen it. Mom shifted to damage control. Maya, if we've hurt you or Zach, we're sorry. Save it. This isn't about an apology. This is about years of making my son feel less important than his cousins. We can work this out, Dad tried again, noticing everyone watching. We already have. This is the new family picnic. You're not invited. Emma hesitated. I honestly didn't know, Maya. I believe you. You and the kids can stay, but Mom and Dad need to leave. My parents stood there humiliated, as relatives turned away to continue the picnic. This isn't over, Dad muttered as they retreated. You're right, I called after them. It's just beginning. As their car pulled away, Zach came running up. Did I miss it? Nope, buddy. You're just in time for the best part of our new family tradition. That's the end of Maya's story of standing up to years of family favoritism. What would you have done in Maya's position? Was her public revenge justified after years of mistreatment? Or should family conflicts always be handled privately? Did she go too far or not far enough? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever had to stand up to toxic family members? What boundaries did you set? If you enjoyed this revenge story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories like this one. Your support helps our channel grow, and we'd love to hear your experiences and opinions.